Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're going to change the oil in the CBR 600 F4i. And what I've done is I've written down everything that we're going to need here on the whiteboard, and we'll just call this is episode 2 here. We're going to start getting into some Star Wars stuff. This is just the oil filter change episode. And before we get started, I'm not shaved up. I actually was super happy. I hit 200 subscribers, woo woo, on YouTube. There was a point in time when I only had 16 subscribers. I thought about quitting, but I didn't. But I actually woke up to a 7-day Facebook ban this morning, and I thought, what the hell? And what I did was I launched my merch line, which I don't want to get into. I launched it on Facebook. I did put a video on YouTube, but I didn't usually do it when I did it and post it on there. And some people found the first shirt very offensive, that they actually complained to Facebook, and Facebook has banned me for 7 days off of my account and my business account on there. And I'm really upset about it. I've been really critical of Facebook because I understand what they are. They're a multi-billion-dollar company that's now, publicly sold on the stock market, and I'm not exactly politically correct, and they banned me for 7 days, and I just do not want to be at the mercy of a multi-billion-dollar company for the little bit of money that I make through Facebook to support my business, to be banned by them. And I tried to write them an email and appeal the case. No reply. Probably won't get a reply. I'm not spending money with them. So yeah, I'll just have to kind of abide by their rules. But I actually went through on my phone after this happened, and I deleted Facebook right off my phone, and I deleted Messenger right off my phone. And big heads up to the people with Messenger. If you've ever been talking with your family or whatnot and had something that you said while your phone's around with you, a lot of people don't realize that through the Messenger program through Facebook, when you accept the terms and agreements on there, that microphone's on 24 hours a day, and you get on Facebook and be like, why is this popping up on my thing? I was just talking about that. That's because when you agree to the terms for the Messenger program, they're automatically recording everything that goes into the phone. So read the terms of service on that. If you don't agree with it, don't install it. But anyway, we get back into the oil change here. And so what we have today is what the tools that you're going to need is you're going to need an oil filter wrench, and you're going to need a 12 millimeter socket. And for those of you that are super anal about your motorcycle, when you go to put that 12 millimeter drain bolt back in, you're gonna put it on at 22 foot-pounds. And I actually didn't do Newton meters. I believe that's 25 Newton meters is what that is. That may not be right. I'm pretty sure it's 25 Newton meters. And then the copper washer. A lot of people don't replace that drain bolt copper washer. I almost always do. I figure you're going to spend 50, 60 bucks in oil in an oil filter. Why would you not replace a $1 washer? I had a kind of an argument with a guy, not really an argument, on his bike that I helped him out with. I don't run a shop, don't collect money for work, and he had a O-ring seal, and that cost $1.80 on a $30,000 motorcycle, and he just didn't think that needed replaced. And I told him, I'm not touching this motorcycle unless you replace that $1.80 O-ring gasket, because what's he going to do? Change the oil and then come back to me and say, oh, that seal's leaking on my $30,000 motorcycle? Change the $1.80 seal. Just better safe than sorry. And then you also need for this is a 2001. I'm unsure. The new CBR like 1000s and whatnot are actually running 10W50, which I'm not real sure why they did that. I think some of this by the manufacturers are getting into some weirder type of oils, different grades of oil, so they're doing that on purpose. So you have to go to the dealership to get that grade of oil. You don't have to run that grade of oil. You just need to run an oil that meets their standards in the engine. And it's a 10W40 oil, and we're going to run Amsoil because I'm an Amsoil dealer. There'll be plenty of links below. And you're going to put in 3.5 quarts, which I think, if we convert that to liters, is 3.3 liters of oil. For all you people overseas, why America doesn't just switch to the metric system. I kind of wish that they would. Everything I work on is metric. But yeah, hope you enjoy the video. And that Jardine exhaust on this bike sounds really good, and I really wanted to show off my new tripod and camera setup, but after this Facebook issue I had this morning, I need to get going and get this stuff going on. So thanks for watching, thanks for subbing. And I checked my Amsoil. I made a little bit of Amsoil money this week, not a whole lot. So thanks a lot to everybody to support me on that. I used to give shout outs. I'm super busy with my work now. I'm working 6 days a week. But my stress level has dropped a little bit from my work, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, I really enjoy making these videos. Thanks for subbing. I'm out of here. First thing first, go to the right side, remove the oil fill cap. And you're going to want to do this on a level, that's why I put the stand on this. You're going to want to do this on a level surface. That's why I put the stand on this to level the bike out. You really don't want to do this on the kickstand so you get the correct oil fill mark here. And there's your oil sight glass on the side of the engine to check your oil. Now on the bottom of the left side of the engine, the oil drain is right here on the left side. We're going to go ahead and pull that first, and then we're going to pull the oil filter afterwards. And what I like to do is every time I change oil is I actually have a pan that measures how much oil comes out of it, and then I actually like to look at the oil before I go ahead and change the oil. But you know, just make sure this engine's warm, 2 to 3 minutes on warming up, and just let this oil drain out of here. This oil's really dark. I don't know how long it's been since it's been changed, but I mean, it's really dark. Okay, and what we're going to do, I haven't got to the oil filter yet, so we'll pull that oil filter off. Couple dollars. If you order from Amsoil, you get the oil filter wrench. Good luck finding one at that price. I went with the Wix filter instead of the EA high flow filter for this, because this guy here, I don't want him to extend his drain intervals because of the mileage on this bike. The Amsoil 10W40 actually will clean the engine up. If there's any sludge or carbon buildup on the valves or anything within the top end of the engine, the motorcycle, the 10W40 Amsoil oil will clean the engine up. You don't need to flush motorcycles like you do cars because the engines are so small. So if there's anything built up in the engine, it's going to push it right into the oil filter, which I bought the Wix filter because I want him to start changing his oil regularly. It's kind of an advantage here for me to run the Wix instead of the EA, so I can get him to change his oil like he's supposed to. And then on your magnetic drain plug, this actually is not a magnetic drain plug. If you got a magnetic drain plug or want to buy one, I actually recommend it. And we'll just change this copper washer out. I've got a whole bin of them. And then the fill port for the engine is kind of small, so we'll put the nozzles onto the oil here, and you'll see how much easier that is rather than use a bunch of funnels and stuff. So, all right, let's get into this. I'm a little tired here. The weather's starting to change, so trying to get this done.
We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down.
Now the oil filter's on the front of the engine. If you warmed your engine up, make sure that you watch these header pipes. They'll be hot.
I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Hooray for the oil filter here. As always, you want to fill the oil filter and put oil on the lip of it. And with this 10W40 Amsoil, they've got added benefits inside the oil that's going to help with his clutch feel. Especially if you have a bike with a bunch of miles, it'll actually clean that clutch up so you have more clutch feel. You'll feel a difference immediately on running this with this full synthetic oil. Then you're just going to put your oil filter back on.
killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
I killed it. I killed it. I killed it.
I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder.
Go crazy, berserker.
Silent nights recalling you, a souvenir of what it could be. Pieces of my